Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Root Sports brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight, the most important series of the season between the second-place Houston Astros and the first-place Texas Rangers. We see the standings in the American League West. The Rangers lead the Astros by 3.5. It's a 4-game difference in the loss column, and the battle begins tonight, the first of a 3-game weekend series. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Minute Maid. Bill Brown, Alan Ashby. Bart Ennis joins us soon to see what happens here between the two top teams, and it's been the Rangers sweeping the 4-game series in Texas earlier this month.
Taking 12 out of 16 on the course of the season. And what happened in that series you're referring to is I felt like the big players for the Rangers stepped up and played big. Obviously, you see the 12-4 on the season. The Rangers have outscored the Astros by a wide margin. They've hit the club in on-base percentage, slugging percentage, all the way down the charts. And you look at ERA and about a run and a half better. So the Rangers have good reason to be 12-4 on the year against Houston.
Our TEX AT HOU Energy Power players will show you some of their big sluggers from the last series against Houston.
Shin-Soo Choo didn't have much of a season through about the first 4.5 months, has lit it up, and he stayed hot in that series against the Astros, hit .500 in the series, set up a lot of scoring opportunities. Prince Fielder came in just as cold as they come, and yet when the Astros came to town, he started slamming away, had a game-winning home run in the series. He was pounding away, and then there's always Adrian Beltre, one of the game's great third basemen. He also hit over .500 in the series. So the big guys, again, stepped up for the Rangers, and it turned out to be a big 4-game sweep for Texas.
Meanwhile, on the Astros side, we see some players who are hot on this homestand, Ash.
Jose Altuve continues to swing it very well, among the leaders in the American League in batting average. Of course, then Carlos Correa's had some big swings, including this opposite field home run that led to a victory. And then you've got Altuve again driving the baseball around the yard. These guys at the top of the order have really played well. If the other guys were able to chip in as much, there'd be a lot of success had. But Carlos Correa continues to be terrific. George Springer on Wednesday had what looked like an enormous double. They'd call it a triple that drove in a couple of runs, and that looked like it could give the Astros a big victory. Didn't work out that way. When the Astros have had the big swings, on occasion those leads have gotten away.
Coming up, the Astros face a defining moment. They take on the Rangers in the biggest series of the season. Can they beat their rivals and get back in the division race? The game is coming up. Presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Scott Kazmir has pitched 5 times this year against the Rangers, Ash.
Much of that action coming as a member of the Oakland A's, but in those 5 starts, ERA at 160 and a batting average against by the Texas Rangers of 162. So he's pitched very well. Then career, a lot to look at. 23 starts, 11-6 marks. Scott Kazmir, a lot of positives going against the Texas Rangers.
Coming up, the Astros have leaned on their young talent all season long. Can Correa, Springer, and Altuve rise to the occasion and drive the Astros into the playoffs? Lineups and first pitch are straight ahead. Two teams separated by 240 miles that might as well be a million until now. 2015 has been the year of the Lone Star State. The Houston Astros blasted out of the gates early this season, rocking the Rangers and rocketing to the top of the AL West with fresh young star power. But the Texas Rangers have fired back in the season's late stages, knocking the Astros out of first place behind veteran all-stars playing their best baseball at the most opportune time. Tonight, the Astros and Rangers battle once more, and the stakes have never been higher. A Texas-sized showdown for pride and playoffs that goes far beyond the silver boot. The rivalry comes full circle, starting tonight. And here we are on a Friday night, the last Friday night of the regular season at home for the Astros. They meet the Rangers with these two teams 3.5 games apart in the standings. 9 games remaining for Houston, 10 games left for Texas. The Astros have dropped 7 of their last 10. The Rangers have won 9 of their last 11, and including their last 7 games against their Houston Astro opponent, and they are 12-4 against Houston for the season. And here's the starting lineup now for the Houston native. He went to Lamarck High School. Delino DeShields is the center fielder. Shin-Soo Choo in right field. Adrian Beltre at third base. Prince Fielder the DH. Mike Napoli in left field. Mitch Moreland at first base. Elvis Andrews the shortstop. Rougned Odor at second base. Chris Jimenez the catcher. Giovanni Gallardo will be the pitcher for Jeff Bannister.
And on the mound, it's Scott Kazmir for the Astros. You have to go back quite a ways for his last win. That was July 22nd against the Dodgers. Since then, 5 starts without a win, 0-2 in that span. But he's pitched well against the Texas Rangers, not only this year, but over his career. And the Astros need a big one.
Kazmir in the game at Texas September 14th got a no decision in 7 innings. He gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. The game was tied when he left. Delino DeShields gets it going and takes ball 1. DeShields is on a 5-game hitting streak, hitting .261. .342 his on base average, leads American League rookies in runs scored. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, is the home plate umpire. He calls that one ball 2, and it's 2-0 on DeShields. Rangers swept the 3-game series in Oakland. That's in the air over shortstop, out to left center field. Preston Tucker, the left fielder, comes in for it. And there's 1 out for Kazmir.
So you get a little sneak peek at the defense. It is Preston Tucker in left, Colby Rasmussen center, and George Springer in right field. The left side of the infield, Jed Lowry and Carlos Correa on the right side. Jose Altuve and Luis Valbuena. Jason Castro is behind the plate for Scott Kazmir.
Now the veteran right fielder Shin-Soo Choo steps up. He has hit exceptionally well against the Astros this season. He's had a resurgent year. There's strike 1 to Choo. Batting average .270, 18 homers, 72 runs batted in, 8th in the American League in on base percentage at .372. He fouls that one. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Choo has hit .357 against Houston pitching this season with 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. In his last 8 games, he's gone 14 for 28. Colby Rasmus is well over into left center field. Up the middle, Kazmir flips it up in the air. Throws him out. He handcuffed Luis Valbuena at first base on out number 2.
Yeah, you want to make it tough on a first baseman. Bring it at about 90 miles an hour down around the knees. And Valbuena with a big smile, but that could have gotten ugly. There's no need to rush there, but when you delay that long, you're going to have to crank something up real good.
Adrian Beltre is the batter. Beltre takes it. It is strike 1 on the outside edge. He's on a 3-game hitting streak. .280, 16 homers, 70 runs batted in. He's the major league leader in runs batted in this month with 25. 1 ball, 1 strike to Beltre, who's a .208 career hitter against Kazmir. Kazmir has handled this Texas team very well in his career, to the tune of 11 wins, 6 losses, and a 2.91 ERA. Beltre takes it, and it's 2-1 with Fielder on deck. Scott Kazmir grew up right here in Houston, went to Cy Falls High School. 31 years old. First round pick of the Mets in 02. In the air, foul and out of play, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
It's been the pattern a bit for Kazmir in recent starts. Starting out about 88, 89 miles an hour, and then quickly starting to climb up the ladder. He's up to 92 with that fastball.
It's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Beltre, and Beltre has really hit his stride. He was injured earlier this year. His last 13 games, he's been a .453 hitter with 6 doubles, 3 homers, and 20 runs batted in. That's ball 4. This crowd is electric tonight. 2-out walk to Beltre. Prince Fielder will bat. Fielder, the DH, has 22 homers, 86 runs batted in. His batting average is .303. That ranks in the top 10 in the American League.
Yeah, this is one of the guys. He's been up and down a bit in the month, but he's been all up against the Astros and just seems to be a guy that comes up with big swings.
In for strike one. Fielder this season has 4 homers against Houston, 14 runs batted in the 16 games, while hitting .358. But Kazmir has kept him to a 3 for 21 performance. Fielder rocks one out to left center field. Colby Rasmus on the run. That will shoot the gap. One hop the wall. Here's Beltre around third, coming to the plate. Carlos Correa will not make a relay, and it's 1-0 Rangers. RBI double by Fielder, his 27th double. RBI number 87.
Oh, those 2-out walks. Now look at our strike zone presented by MD Anderson. Let's take a look at what Prince Fielder was able to do. Pitch fastball is up at 92, but that's kind of been where Kazmir's been in the inning. Prince Fielder again just continues to come up big against the Astros.
Mike Napoli is the batter. Fielder at second base. Napoli fouls one back. There's strike one to the left fielder with a .223 average, 17 homers, 48 runs batted in for Napoli. He is starting for the 8th time in the last 12 games in left field. He had never played outfield in his pro career before this stretch of games as an outfielder. And he's in there because his bat really helps extend the lineup for Jeff Bannister against a lefty. 0-2 to Napoli. Napoli is 2 for 17 in his career against Kazmir. He was acquired August 7th with Boston, from Boston, in exchange for a player to be named later or cash. His last 10 games, Napoli's gone 11 for 31. And he fouls it. The Rangers have been a great first inning team. They have outscored their opponents 108 to 72 in the first inning this year. While the Astros have gone the other way. They've been outscored by their opponents 98 to 73. Dave Magadan is the hitting coach. Closest to the camera. Former Astro. Time call by Napoli. The Rangers, during this run, winning 9 of their last 11, have been averaging 7.6 runs per game. Swing and a miss, and Napoli strikes out. The Rangers score a run on one hit. They leave a man. And now the Astros against Giovanni Gallardo, Altuve, Springer, and Correa, the first 3 to bat. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. A.J. Hinch will lead off with Jose Altuve at second base. George Springer plays right field. Carlos Correa is the shortstop with Jed Lowry at third base. It's Colby Rasmus batting fifth in center field. Evan Gattis the DH. Luis Valbuena the first baseman. Preston Tucker in left field. Jason Castro the catcher.
On the mound, Giovanni Gallardo. He's had a terrific career against the Astros, going 15-4. 31 starts you can see there. A good ERA below the 3.5 mark. 7th straight year with 30-plus starts. And 4 starts here in the month. But against the Astros this season, he's had a tough time. 19 hits allowed in 14 2/3 innings. 10 runs, all of those earned. And an ERA at 6.14 against Houston.
His 15 wins against Houston ties Aaron Harang for the most of any active pitcher. Altuve at 314 has 12 homers, 59 runs batted in. He's on a 3-game hitting streak. He leads the American League in hits with 188. That's called strike one. Gallardo 15-4 lifetime against Houston with a 3.09 ERA. Has had extra rest. His last start was Friday in Seattle. He lost that game 3-1, going 5 innings, allowing 3 runs, needing 90 pitches to go 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giovanni was born in Mexico. His father was a plumber who brought his family to the States and settled in Fort Worth, Texas when Giovanni was 3 years old. Now 29. 2 balls and a strike, and he was a second-round pick by Milwaukee in 04. In fact, he competed as an amateur growing up in Fort Worth with Hunter Pence. He's had some big seasons, 17-10 with the Brewers in 2011, 16-9 in 2012 with them. Grounded foul. 2-2 to Altuve.
Gallardo is certainly not starting out the night with blow-away stuff. 88-89.
George Springer's on deck. Altuve has hit .217 against Texas pitching this year. He lines one to right field near the line. And that is down and headed for the corner. Chu cuts it off. Altuve into second with a stand-up double. 36th double for Altuve and a 4-game hitting streak.
Tonight's Key to the Game is brought to you by your Houston area Chevy dealers. Gallardo this year in 3 games against the Astros. You see the numbers. 306 batting average against, 3 home runs allowed. He's 1-2. Despite those great career numbers, the Astros seem to be finding a way to get to Gallardo. And Altuve gets it started quickly.
George Springer's the batter. Taking ball 1. Springer with 14 homers, 37 runs batted in, a .262 average. Had that big 2-run triple Ash talked about in the 7th inning Wednesday night to give the Astros a lead over the Angels, but the Angels came back to win it 6-5. Springer with a bouncer off the glove of Gallardo. It caroms right to Elvis Andrus, who turns it into out number 1.
Now, if that doesn't hit the glove of Gallardo, no telling what happens, but the ground ball is likely behind Altuve to where he can at very least move to third base. As it turns out, a tough running play for Altuve, and he alertly is able to get back to the bag, but can't gain the 90 feet.
Carlos Correa on a 3-game hitting streak. Had a good series against the Angels, 5 for 12 with a homer, 5 runs batted in. .278 for the season with 19 bombs, 58 driven in, and a .504 slugging percentage for Correa. He looks at ball 1. Rangers have outscored the Astros in the season series now 94-65. Jed Lowry's on deck. Odor is close to second base, trying to cut into Altuve's lead. The Astros have been wildly successful with a running game against the Rangers. You see, this month with men in scoring position, just 226 for Houston and 254 for Texas. In for a strike, 1-1. The Astros are 13 for 13 in steals against the Rangers in the season series. Good numbers for Correa. That's called a strike, and it's 1-2. So it appears that outside corner call is going the pitcher's way in the early going.
And on Gallardo's part, as you can see, that pitch is off the plate, but he's got an ability when he's on to be able to spot it well there. But you're right, Brownie. If he's able to pick up that pitch throughout the night, that's going to make it really tough.
Pitch is down, and it's 2-2. Gallardo with 12 wins, 11 losses, has the 10th best ERA in the American League at 3.41. You mentioned it's his 32nd start of the year. Only he and James Shields have 7 straight years of at least 30. In the dirt, here goes Altuve, quickly reading it and taking off for third on the wild pitch.
That's a fantastic read. And now it's as if Springer had gotten him over. So that golden opportunity to try to get back even quickly with the Rangers. The ball doesn't get away from the catcher all that far. That's a very tough read to be able to get that kind of a jump on. See how early he actually makes a move. He sees pitch heading to the dirt, and he's already leaning. It's the trait of the really good base runners.
Now the infielders come in. Interesting on a 3-2 count. With a 1-run lead on the road in the first inning. And a strikeout. 2 outs.
They can do a lot of the little things right, and if you are unable with the bats, it just comes to no effect. Nothing tricky there. Good location, but not something Correa can't handle.
Jed Lowry with 30 runs batted in. Has a runner at third and 2 outs now. 9 homers for Jed, a .236 batting average, and 3 for 10 against Gallardo. His 6-game hitting streak was halted Wednesday. Lowry looks at ball 1. Gallardo came to Texas in a trade in January involving several young players. He has 101 major league wins, 75 losses, and a 3.66 career ERA. 2-0. Both these two starting pitchers are among the bottom 4 in terms of least run support in the American League. 3.67 runs for Gallardo, 3.70 runs for Kazmir in their starts this year. Now Lowry has worked it to 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch and a green light for Lowry. He fouls it.
You know, this is not one of those scenarios about trying to draw a walk and pass the baton and all that sort of thing. It's about getting a good pitch and driving in a run. And on the 3-0, that's probably where you can anticipate, along with that first pitch in any count, where you might get a pitch to handle.
Lowry takes a walk. 2 men off for Colby Rasmus.
Defensively for these Texas Rangers, take a glance around in the outfield, left to right, Mike Napoli, Delino DeShields, and Shin-Soo Choo on the left side of the infield. Adrian Beltre and Elvis Andrus on the right, Rougned Odor, and Mitch Moreland. Chris Jimenez is behind the plate for Gallardo.
Fans seem to be energized on this big and bright Friday night. A lot of folks in the upper deck. Colby Rasmus would like to do something to get this crowd into it. He has 21 homers, 53 runs batted in with a .233 batting average. 7 for 22 with a couple of homers off Gallardo. That's ball one. Evan Gattis on deck. Rasmus was 0 for 7 in the Angels series. He's 3 for 16 with 2 homers on this homestand, but in September he has a .911 OPS. In the air, and that's out to left center field. Napoli coming in for it belatedly, and with the catch he ends the first inning. With no runs a hit, 2 men stranded, it's 1-0 Rangers through 1.
Here, and it started to feel like a rivalry in that series right after the All-Star break. Little dust up in Game 2, and then Dallas Keuchel shut them out 10-0 in Game 3 of that series. And A.J. Hinch was asked if he didn't want to just win this series, but wanted to make a statement against these Rangers. And his answer was our Geico quote of the day. A.J. said, "I don't think we need a pound your chest moment with the Rangers. I'm looking for wins, not any sort of statements. I downplay everything for 5+ months to get to this series. There's no downplaying it." A.J. understands what's at stake here, and he wants his guys focused on the task at hand, Brownie, and that is just winning tonight's game.
That's it. There is ball one to Mitch Moreland, leading it off 1-0 Rangers. Moreland's had a fine year. He's on a 5-game hitting streak right now. He's unloaded 23 homers and driven in 82 runs. In tight to Moreland. It's 2 balls, no strikes to the Mississippi native. Moreland just turned 30 earlier this month. That's a strike for Kazmir, a 2-ball 1-strike count. The Astros have the best ERA in the majors. In the American League, rather. 3-1 the count. That's 3.54 is their current ERA. In September, Moreland has hit .281 with 5 homers. He's driven in 15. That's out to center field, chasing Rasmus back, turning, running, and that's over his head. It one hops the wall. It's up on Tal's Hill, and that is an easy double for Moreland. That's his 26th two-base hit of the year, leading it off here in the second inning.
It's a guy that just slammed the baseball in the 4-game series in Arlington, and he picks it up doing the very same thing here. Finds a big part of the ballpark. Colby Rasmus, despite all his speed, has no chance to get back on this one.
Hit number 2 for the Rangers. Both have been doubles. Elvis Andrus step up. The Astros bring in the corner infielders, Lowry and Valbuena. Andrus is known to be a good batter. Checks in at .259 with 7 homers, 59 runs batted in. Rougned Odor is on deck. Kazmir throws, and it's ball 1. Astros ERA here at home is 3.15. They are 51 and 27 at Minute Maid Park. 29 and 46 on the road. 6 road games remain after the Sunday finale here. Fouled, and it's 1-1.
Generally speaking, you don't want to leave anything out over the plate here. Allow Andrus an easy shot to hit something to the right side. Now, that's where you might expect Kazmir to work hard in.
Wanted. Kazmir barehanding, throwing, throws it up the right field line, and a run will score. 2-0 on the error by Kazmir.
It's not the first time it's happened defensively on Kazmir. That barehanded pickup has created some issues for him. You get the palm ball, you don't throw accurately, and obviously a costly play.
Rule a hit and an error. Andrus getting the hit, but then no RBI. Moreland scoring on the error to make it 2-0. Now it's Odor batting. He bunts, and he bunts it foul. Odor is on a 5-game hitting streak. Has that combination of speed and then power. Well, the number 8 spot. 15 homers, 21 doubles, 7 triples, batting 8th for Odor. Andrus was playing small ball, and Odor has been known to do that himself.
He's also now known to go all the way down to first base and walk it slowly back before taking the next pitch.
Odor has been a .346 hitter against the Astros. Kazmir has held him down, but he has 2 homers, 11 runs batted in against Houston pitching. In the dirt, the runner takes off. Here's the throw, and the tag by Correa. Got him! Jason Castro recovered quickly. Gun to Correa. Andrus was out from 2-6.
Your regular replay. Jason Castro, it's not your typical throwing play, but he's been really good at looking out. Our Supermo presented by Mattress Firm, and you can see that throw got there in plenty of time, and Correa throws the glove down and then starts reaching, and that becomes dangerous at times.
1-1 to Odor. Grounds one to first. Valbuena down on a knee. 2 outs. Jimenez will follow. The Rangers' magic number to eliminate the Astros and clinch the AL West is 7. Any combination of their wins and Astros losses totaling 7 means that they have won the AL West. Jimenez 272, 5 homers, 14 runs batted in. His 6 for his last 13 on a 4-game hitting streak right now. Ball 1 to Jimenez. Both of these clubs have losing records within the division. The Astros are 34 and 36. The Rangers are 33 and 36. Rock on the line. Tucker will back off that wall. He'll have to go now into the bullpen area to cover it. And this will give an opportunity for Jimenez to go to third. No relay. That ball took a crazy carom. And Jimenez wound up with a triple. His first.
You know, sometimes you create your own bad breaks. That pitch is very hittable. And then there are the times when the breaks are just going against you. And that's a ball that just misses the scoreboard. Maybe even glances on that center field side of the scoreboard. Kicks away from Preston Tucker. Colby Rasmus really wasn't moving in that direction, and Jimenez winds up with 3 bags.
First career triple for Jimenez. We really haven't seen a ball carom like that in this ballpark. Quirky corner out there. And now it's been double, bunt, single, and triple for the Rangers in this inning. And Castro went out to talk with Kazmir with the Shields coming up.
You could go another 10, 15 years and not see that happen again.
Yeah. The Shields hit a fly ball to left on a 2-0 count, leading off the game. Seems like the Astros and Rangers fans are getting into it verbally. Some let's go chance for their teams. There is strike 1 on the changeup.
It's a good starter pitch. The Rangers have been on the stuff from Kazmir. Get him off there quickly.
Altuve's playing it halfway. Valbuena in on the grass. In the dirt. Great play by Castro. Save a run.
It's been really good. And that's very good commitment by Jason. He calls the off-speed pitch. And there it is in the dirt. But when it's that far offline, just a lot that has to be done. You can see that DeShields is actually the one who deserves credit for the blocking of the pitch.
Yeah, so he got hit by the pitch, and he's on now. 8th at-batsman of the year for Kazmir. Now he'll face Chu. Chu grounded back to Kazmir. DeShields might be running here with 2 outs in the inning. He has 24 steals in 31 attempts. 5th in the American League.
Rangers are creating a lot right here, and now the scenario is, do you throw to second base if DeShields takes off?
In tight, there's ball 1 to Chu.
That's a quality pitch by Kazmir. He's got to start coming in, and he does so here. A little too much.
Outside again. Castro comes up with a nice play.
That's just more of a pick it, and he picks it cleanly. Kazmir's not leaving Jason with a whole lot of options with where he's delivering some pitches now.
In time for ball 3, 3-0 to Chu. Beltre on deck.
Well, Chu's been really hot, but I wouldn't go along with walking him kind of pitching around, and that's not what Kazmir's doing, but walking him to face Beltre.
That's a strike. 3-1 to Chu. Chu has drawn 71 walks this year. Kazmir's made 5 starts as an Astro at Minute Maid Park. 1-1 with an ERA of 4 in those 5. Broken bat looper left field. Tucker coming in hard. Tucker lays out for it. Can't hold it. 1 run home. DeShields to third. And it's 3-0 Rangers.
Good fortune can turn around, but the Astros are going to need a very big turnaround. We've seen the ball slide off the center field side of the scoreboard area there in left field, and now this little broken bat thumber that's just out of the reach of the hustling Preston Tucker. Everything going in that direction of these Texas Rangers. That's all-out effort. It's a catchable ball, but it was not caught.
Adrian Beltre has runners at first and third. Five hits for the Rangers now. Ball one to Beltre. He started the trouble with a 2-out walk in the first inning and then rode home on the fielder RBI double. In Detroit, it's Minnesota 4, Detroit 1 at the end of 5. All the scoring just came in the 5th inning. Mike Pelfrey going for Minnesota against Matt Boyd for Detroit. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The big guys in that order for the Texas Rangers have put up some really good numbers. You can go right across the line there. You're looking at a guy who scores runs and Chu. Beltre has scored a load as well as driving them in, and 14 RBIs on the year for Prince Fielder with 4 homers against Houston.
Springer back toward the right field corner. A long run for Springer, and he gets there for the running catch. Just as a right-hander begins to throw in the Houston bullpen. It's 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 men left. 3-0 Texas. Astros come up with Gaddis, Valbuena, and Tucker in the bottom of the 2nd.
they've had against the Texas Rangers this year. Remember back in April, the George Springer catch saved the ball game at the time, and Hank Conger came on, was able to come up with a game-winning home run in that one, and that was one big moment early on. Dallas Keuchel in July had this one and on his way to a brilliant season, and he let somebody know, go sit down, it's time for that. But the Rangers since then have found a way. That's the last time, by the way, the Astros have beaten the Rangers on the season. It's been all Texas since.
Evan Gattis leads it off in the home second, trailing 3-0 against Giovanni Gallardo. He delivers strike one to Gattis, a .241 hitter with 26 homers to lead the club and 85 runs batted in, also a club high figure. Out to shortstop on one hop. Andrews throws him out. One down, and now it's Valbuena to bat. The Astros 7-14 for the month of September. Valbuena with 22 homers, 51 runs batted in, has hit .211. Gallardo has been locating his fastball outside more in recent starts with better success. Valbuena has hit .321 against him. Shift is on, showing bunt. He looks at strike one. Carlos Gomez had a workout before the game tonight. He did some base running, and he is available for use off the bench now. Not ready to hit yet. Valbuena was 2 for 5 in the Angels series. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates beat the Cubs in Chicago 3-2. Garrett Cole is now an 18-game winner, 18-8. He beat John Lester, who's 10-12. Mark Melanson got his 51st save. Upstairs around the head of Valbuena. 2 balls and a strike. Beltre gets up, grabs it, and throws him out.
The Astros celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with the Hispanic Heritage Street Fest presented by Montejo. That's tomorrow afternoon from 10 a.m. until noon. Enjoy live Latin music, food trucks, and games with a valid game ticket. For more information, visit Astros.com/Hispanic Heritage or call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
That's a noon start tomorrow. Preston Tucker's the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Jason Castro's on deck. Ball 1 to Tucker with 13 homers, 33 runs batted in. He carries a .247 batting average. He is 0 for 4 on this homestand. That comes into the strike zone, and that makes it 1-1. To right center field, a long run here for DeShields. DeShields way back. That one will reach the wall and then stay in play. Tucker into second with a long double. He almost hit it out.
Yeah, it feels to me right now like the Astros are just going to have to get some noisy bats. And here's one of those swings. Let it fly like it's fun to play this game. That's just close to getting out of here.
He hit that ball more than 400 feet for his 19th double of the year. He's aboard for Jason Castro with 2 down. Second hit, both doubles for the Astros. 214 for Castro, 11 homers, 30 runs batted in. And he's done well. 7 for 20, including a homer off Gallardo. Altuve's on deck. Gallardo misses, and it's ball 1. Coming into the night, the Astros had a 1.5 game lead over both Minnesota and the Angels for the second wild card playoff spot. Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, their objective is still to win the AL West. What happens tonight, we'll have a lot to say about that. Texas 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Houston 0 for 3. New York Yankees are looking very good. They're holding down the #1 wild card spot, and they're 3 games behind Toronto for the AL East lead. It's 2-1. The Yankees are currently trailing at home. The White Sox, well, now it's 2-2. It's a tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Carlos Rodon for the White Sox. CC Sabathia for the Yankees. Two balls and 2 strikes to Castro. That's the splitter, and it's a very good one. Toronto leads Tampa Bay. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning at Rogers Center. R.A. Dickey on the mound. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Castro. Jake Odorizzi started for Tampa Bay. He was gone after 5 innings. Kevin Pillar at his 12th homer. Josh Donaldson, number 40 for Toronto. They hope for a big 2-out delivery from Castro on that bench. Fouls it. Rangers came out of the gate 7-14 in April. They were 7.5 games back by the end of the first month of the season. Then things started to turn for them in May. And now they are a roaring locomotive. The way they're rolling along, they're 41-23 since the All-Star break. Castro works a walk. Second walk for Gallardo.
Yeah, the Rangers looked like a club early on that was destined for a very gloomy season. But it's proof that you can turn things around.
Been without Yu Darvish. Derek Holland was injured, missed a lot of time. Gallardo is one of those who's been at the helm all year. Now he faces Altuve. Gallardo here at Minute Maid Park has a career record of 5-3 with a 2.92 ERA in 9 starts. Altuve doubled to right, advanced as far as third on a wild pitch in the first inning, and he was stranded there. Texas is currently a season high 14 games above 500, 83-69. Altuve looks at it. It's ball 1. The Astros, the last 2 games were 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position. They've come from behind to win 38 times this year. George Springer's on deck. Altuve looks at it. It's called a strike, and it's 1-1.
It's almost Brownie like the Rangers have declared, if you think you're going to beat us, you're going to have to break out some of that come from behind magic.
Right.
It's a good pitch to lay off. It's a great pitch.
Altuve look back to the home plate umpire, Larry Vanover. Foul that one back, and it's 1-2. The Twins and the Angels are both 78 and 74. Twins playing at Detroit, which has been a tough place for them over the last few years. Mike Pelfrey out of the game now after 5 innings of 6-hit 1-run baseball, and they lead it 4-1. Altuve pokes a foul. Tomorrow it's Derek Holland and Colin McHugh at noon. 12:05 start. Fox Television Network. We'll be back on the air Sunday, 12:30 for Astros pregame. Martin Perez and Dallas Keuchel Sunday. Final regular season home game for the Astros in 2015. Again, Altuve shoots one in that direction, just protecting that outside corner. And right-handed hitters know by now, Gallardo working over that outside corner, that's something they need to try to do.
There have been some pitches called out of the strike zone, called strikes tonight. Altuve is not going to let it happen to him. And he does have that magic wand that he can deal with.
Well, the crowd has been growing throughout this game, and it's a big crowd tonight. So if the Astros can get something working, get on that scoreboard, it'll start to get louder. Mets 5, Reds nothing. They're in the top of the 7th in Cincinnati. Noah Syndergaard pitching a shutout for the Mets. Altuve takes it. It's now 2-2. Followed that one all the way in like Pete Rose used to do.
When you do that, it keeps the front side closed, and you can see hip didn't rotate, shoulders didn't rotate. That's just beautiful, and that's a great example. Pete Rose would watch it right to the catcher's mitt.
And he struck him out to end the 2nd inning. Second strikeout for Gallardo. No runs, a hit, 2 men left after 2. The Rangers lead it 3-0.
There are 2 minor league players of the year, position player of the year, as well as pitcher of the year. Introduce them to you now. On my left is the position player of the year. He's 22-year-old A.J. Reed. On my right, pitcher Joe Musgrove is the team's pitcher of the year in the minor league system. First of all, congratulations to both of you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great years for both of you.
Thank you.
A.J., let's start with you. You started off at Class A Lancaster, then you went on to Double A Corpus Christi. You led all minor leagues in homers, RBI, and OPS. A terrific season for you in your first full year of professional baseball. What was the key for you making a transition like that from college ball?
Biggest thing for me is just, attacking strikes, trying to find a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
And Joe, as we look at your stats, you pitched at 3 different levels. And check it out, 12-1 with a 1.88 ERA. But here's the killer, 99 strikeouts, just 8 walks. That kind of control, getting ahead of hitters, forcing them to try to swing at your pitch, not theirs. Right. How big was that for you over the course of the year?
It's big, man. At this level, when you go out there as a pitcher, your job is to go win a ball game, and you're going to give up runs here and there, and it's, you're going to have to rely on your offense. But if I'm going to give up runs, I'm going to make them earn those runs, So I'm not going to give them free bases. I'm going to take my chances in the zone, and I'm going to make them swing it.
Well, you guys are both part of a great minor league system, the best one in baseball. How big was it to have that, be a part of so much talent at the minor league system? That had to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun to be able to just see those guys play and be able to be teammates with them and see guys go up to the big leagues as well. And, just to be a part of this organization right now is a lot of fun.
And Joe, that winning attitude, that's as important to develop that throughout the organization as it is individual talent, isn't it?
Absolutely, of course, man. Like you said, it's crazy to see guys out here like, Lance and Vince and Phillies and, all these guys that we played ball with throughout the season and stuff. And it's, you really realize how close you are and, that you just that one step away, it's real exciting.
You'll be here pretty soon.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan.
Well, these are 2 guys of the cornerstone of what is a sensational minor league system. They won 502 regular season games, and they won a AAA championship just the other day in Fresno. A lot of talent coming up the pipeline, and these are 2 great examples of it. Brownie, back to you.
They are, Bart. Thank you, and congratulations to Joe Musgrove and A.J. Reed. Mike Napoli, 0 for 1 in this game, has worked the count to 2-1 after a fielder hit the fly ball to center. Rasmus is well over into right center field for Napoli. Napoli drills one between third and short. And that's hit number 6 for the Rangers. A.J. Reed really put a big year together. Started out, as Bart mentioned, at High A Lancaster, and then he wound up at Corpus Christi, where you see him with the opposite field home run. And just a tremendous season for stats. Ash.
Yeah, you watch that swing and you see the opposite field home run to start with. Makes me think immediately of Mitch Moreland with the Texas Rangers. And then busting one to right field. Big guy can obviously pound the baseball.
Here is Mitch Moreland. He doubled to center field in the 2nd inning. Rasmus shades him well over toward left center again. That's strike 1. A.J. Reed went to the University of Kentucky. And so from that college pedigree and the way he's performed this year, he might not be too far away.
Those numbers he put up make you take notice. And everybody's looking for that kind of offense.
One and one. The Astros seem to be loaded at the first base position. John Singleton is here as a September call-up. He had a strong finish at AAA Fresno. Tyler White had some big numbers during his playing time at AAA Fresno. And the Pacific Coast League MVP from Fresno is here as well, as you know. Bouncer, and Altuve to his left gets there. Goes to Valbuena. Napoli to second on out number 2. And that is Matt Duffy, the MVP in the PCL. Elvis Andrus put down a bunt single in the 2nd inning. Prior to tonight's game, the Astros held a pregame ceremony honoring their longtime assistant athletic trainer, Rex Jones. Rex is retiring after this year. He spent his entire 37-year career in the Astros organization. Gave him a nice pair of Texas boots with the Astros logo on them. Change up outside. There's ball one. Rex has been tremendous. And here's his first pitch. Hey, got it up in the air.
He's got that riding fastball. It's hard to bring down sometimes.
Got some hang time, Rex. Great guy. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rex and Annie should enjoy their time in retirement, and Jeff Luhnow, general manager, handed over some nice looking boots to Rex. Annie and all the kids were there, and of course the athletic trainers have to give him their due. The doctors are putting on the mustache.
It's mustache night.
The team doctors, yeah, and all those guys put mustaches on. Of the darker variety. Well done. And for a strike to Andrus, is coming back at the home plate umpire, Larry Vanover, but that's been a strike all night.
Well, they don't like that on the other side.
Yeah, the Astros have been getting that called on them. Might look a little bit different coming from a lefty, but it's still in that same place. Fly ball softly hit. Correa out, and he is there. No runs are hit, and a man left. Going to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Texas.
Lead right now, and it's time to play a little Name That Astro, brought to you by your local Honda dealer. You know how it works. We give you clues, you try to figure out who it is, and tweet us. Let us know who you think it is, and we'll name this guy later on in the game. Here are your clues. He spent his last Major League Baseball season with the Astros, holds a Major League Baseball record for lefty, and was once ejected on a day honoring him. I like this guy already. Tweet us. Let us know who you think it is, and we'll give you the answer in a while. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Bart. George Springer, the batter, 3-0 Rangers. He goes for the curveball, and it's strike one. Springer hit a ground ball up the middle off the glove of Gallardo. Gallardo had caromed out to the shortstop, Andrus, who threw him out, and Altuve was at second at the time. He was unable to advance on that. Well, things might have been different if that ball had gotten through or had ricocheted behind Andrus. 1 ball, 1 strike, because Altuve later advanced to third on a wild pitch and was stranded there. In for a strike, and it's 1-2. Marlins lead the Braves 12-6. They're in the middle of the 6th inning. Jose Fernandez started at home where he's been nearly perfect in his career, but he left after 5 innings of 9 hits, 6-run baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cleveland leads 3-0 at Kansas City. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Beltre. Little pause in the throw, and he's safe. It looked like he couldn't get a grip on the baseball, and that gave Springer a chance to beat the play at first.
In that 4-game series that the Rangers recently swept the Astros, we saw a couple little chinks in the armor down at third base defensively for Beltre, and he's normally perfect down there, but a little hitch right there enables a hustling Springer to beat it.
Seeing a hit up on the scoreboard. We'll wait and see if that is in fact what the ruling was or not. Really, it's a hit. Okay. Carlos Correa struck out on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. How could that be a hit?
Great speed. How about that for an answer?
Okay. Oh, it's a 2-hop to the third base.
It is that. Maybe Springer earns it. He certainly gives it all he's got going down the line, but that little hitch, and I guess the estimation that there was no real fumble or bobble or anything, I don't know.
Okay, well, good for George. He got a hit.
Did I sell you?
Yep. Springer draws the throw. He's 15 for 19 in steals.
You know what that was, though? That was a break for the Astros, and at some point the worm turns. You sometimes have to force him to do that, though.
You wouldn't shut down the running game trailing 3-0 in the 3rd inning, would you?
If you do, you shut down a big weapon you've utilized positively all season long. So I think you run when you feel like you have a chance.
The catcher Jimenez has thrown out 1 of 13 this year. 2-0, and for Gallardo, there have been 10 steals and 15 tries. Correa is 1 away from Dickie Fahn's total of 20 home runs by an Astros shortstop back in 1983. 2 balls and a strike.
Got to do something when you get pitches to handle, and that's one to handle right there. We've talked about big players for the Rangers stepping up and performing in that big fashion. You do it when you get a pitch like that to handle.
Springer draws a throw. Red Sox lead the Orioles 5-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Boston. Rich Hill has a 1-hit shutout over Baltimore through 7. Correa fouls it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jim Gilligan, the longtime coach at Lamar University of baseball, is here tonight. He is going to be retiring. He coached a lot of outstanding players, including Kevin Millar. Correa's down on strikes. Third strikeout for Gallardo.
It's a bit like that strikeout of Altuve, his last at bat in the second inning. Just not even close. Make memories at an Astros ball game with family-friendly activities at every Sunday home game presented by Kroger. The last Kroger Family Sunday of the season is this weekend when the Astros take on these Rangers. For more information, visit Astros.com/Sundays or you can call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
Jed Lowry drew a walk on a 3-1 count in the first inning. Colby Rasmus is on deck. And the throw goes over on Springer. Springer is probably a little more likely to run now with one out than he was with nobody out. Rangers are certainly working on it. Gallardo has allowed 14 homers this year in 177 innings. He's kept the long ball under control. Now I want to know, and if he is planning to run, this would be a good count for George. In that Indians-Royals game, the Indians starter Carlos Carrasco has a no-hitter through 4 against Edinson Volquez. The Royals clinched their division last night. 2-0 now to Lowry. But Kansas City now will be missing Craig Holland as a torn ulnar collateral ligament. Wade Davis has been named the closer, but they're without Holland for the rest of the year and perhaps all of next year. Apparently he's going to have Tommy John surgery. That is a strike, and it's 2-1 to Lowry. Royals still battling with Toronto for the best record in the American League for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Runner going, and it's bounced to first. Moreland, that's a foul ball. Lowry's walking on. Now everybody's looking around, asking why it was foul. Moreland didn't think it was foul.
I don't know if Lowry thought it was foul. Well, apparently that hit the shoe, at least in the estimation of the first base umpire, Brian Knight. He thinks this hit the shoe of Lowry. But I don't think Jeff Bannister, the skipper of the Rangers, thinks that's accurate.
Jeff is questioning Brian Knight. Let's see it.
Not even close.
No.
And by the way, for those who think, well, it started foul, that doesn't matter. It matters where the ball is at that bag on either side. And so if they take a look at this, I think they're going to find out that's easily an out.
Well, your point could be illustrated by that replay. That ball landed well foul.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with the call because it was fielded in fair territory.
Doesn't matter a bit. As long as it doesn't hit the foot of the hitter. And Lowry clearly had that body language of a guy that knew he was out.
Home plate umpire Larry Vanover is the crew chief.
You know, you can talk and talk and talk as a group of umpires. What are you going to come up with new without seeing something? If somebody suddenly in this little quartet says, well, you know what, maybe that didn't hit his foot, they're now calling him out. So I don't know how they, after 20, 30 seconds of conversation, come up with that, but they got it right.
Well, 3 unassisted, out number 2. Springer to second base on the play. Now A.J. Hinch gets the explanation from Larry Vanover. Well, they're back to the old style of umpiring when they do it this way, Ash. Yep. It's 3 umpires against the one who made the call, explaining to him that they didn't see it that way and asking him if he was absolutely sure. And then he probably said, well, not so much. And they changed it.
You know, there are certain plays that you can't question, you can't review. But I assume that's one you can. Did it hit the hitter's foot? And if AJ knew, and he knows right now from back up in the clubhouse, if he knew that this hit Lowry's foot, you can bet he would be asking for a review.
Sure he would.
But there's just no question here. It's just one of those odd ground balls that catches some dirt and kicks it back fair. See the hands up down at first base. Foul ball, but not sure why AJ is persisting in this one.
Well, probably because the call was changed without replay.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying. What are the guys discussing as a quartet there?
2 outs, runner at second now, and it's Bobby Rasmus batting. Rasmus hit a fly ball to left in the first inning. Gallardo has been behind 9 of 13 hitters in this game. Evan Gattis is on deck. Rasmus grounds foul. There's strike 1. The Astros are 7th in runs scored in the American League, but they've outscored their opponents by 93 runs for the season. That's the 4th best run differential in the majors. In tight, 1-1. The Rangers have outscored their opponents by 9 runs.
And then look at the records.
Not everything can be explained with numbers.
Apparently not.
A fake toward third. There's Springer breaking, now getting back, and the throw goes into center field. Now he's headed for third. Here's DeShields with a throw, and that is not in time. Oh, George Springer. It was almost wrong way, George, but he got to third.
You know, sometimes as a hitter or as a base runner, you're watching your hitter and you're counting on a guy making contact on a given pitch. George thinks, well, that's got to be contact on that pitch, and he was there for the picking at second base, but for the bad throw, and it looked for an instant like a good throw to third might get him.
Yes, it did. Jimenez pumped his arm towards second and then went ahead and threw it into center field. 2-1 now to Rasmus. Colby looks at ball 3.
Of course, there it's a ball outside. I'm not sure what George would have been seeing on a pitch away. I was trying to make a reasonable explanation why George would have that move toward third base.
Jimenez gone ahead and thrown it over second. There would have been an out there, I think. Moreland tosses to Gallardo, and it's no runs with a hit, an error, and a man left. After 3-0 Rangers.
Texas Rangers have done. Prince Fielder obviously healthy this year. That's a big difference maker. They were 47-52 through 26 games. Not good or more than that into the season. Finalized that trade on July 31st for Cole Hamels. Makes a big difference. They gained 10.5 games on the Astros since August 1st. And in the last 11 games, going 9-2, as you talked about, Brownie, .313 the batting average and 7.6 runs per game. That's been an offense that has really done a big job at carrying this team.
And now we look at these two clubs. Texas 15-7 in September, Houston 7-14. And the numbers speak for what Texas has done. Meanwhile, the Astros have struggled with their bullpen ERA of 6.63, while Texas has gotten better, 2.00 with a pen this month. Rougned Odor takes inside. There's ball 1 to Odor. He rolled out to first base his first time up. In tight to him, and it's 2-0 to Odor, who, with his 15 home runs here in his age 21 season, is second all time for a major league second baseman under the age of 22 to Bill Mazeroski in 1958. He hit 19. Foul, it's 2-1 to Odor. Odor hit 144 in his first 29 games, and he was optioned to the minor leagues May 11th. He ripped it up at Round Rock and came back, and he's been a different guy since then. Swings at a pitch up and in, and it's 2-2. With that kind of power that he has displayed, looks like Kazmir has come up with a good approach of crowding him with a pitch.
Yeah, he is that small guy. He looks like a second baseman, but he's got the power of one of the big guys.
Rockies lead the Dodgers 7-1. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning in Colorado. Corey Dickerson hit his 8th home run. Carlos Gonzalez, number 38. Charlie Blackmon is 17th for the Rockies. Broken bat roller to first. Well, that was some surgery for Kazmir coming in on him. He fell behind him on pitches away, and then he just attacked him. Broke his bat, blew it up for round number 1.
There you can see what Brownie's talking about. Right in on the hands. And after Odor got down to first base, started looking in the Astros dugout. I don't know if somebody was playing with him or riding him hard. He's one of those players that does tend to gain the attention of opposing players.
Good timeout there. Chris Jimenez tripled in the 2nd inning. Jimenez takes a look at ball 1. Well, when Lance McCullers pitched the other night against the Angels, apparently their bench jockeys were riding him hard. A lot of extra players, as you know, are on these major league benches in the month of September. Evidently, some of them don't have much to do except jawbone. But that's allowed.
It's usually, generally speaking, it's not that guy from the minor leagues.
No.
But, yeah, I don't know why it is. September seems to become a looser month.
Josh Hamilton is working his way back to the Rangers. Carlos Gomez can play tonight. 2-1. He had the dirty front of the uniform. Craig Biggio was asking him around the cage, how did you get that dirty? He said they wanted me to slide today so I could pass the test to be used in a game.
How do you dirty the front of your uniform sliding?
Must have slid head first.
Yeah, that's something I've never seen.
With an oblique? Okay.
Seems
must be ready then.
Rather improbable.
3-1. Strike to Jimenez, and it's a full count. That's out of play. There was a right-hander warming up in that second inning when Kazmir was struggling. Didn't get to see if it was Dan Straley. It might have been Dan. But he quickly sat down when Kazmir got the third out. Nice play by Valbuena. Hard hit ball, 2 outs. And DeShields will be next.
Even the outs are after a number of pitches deep into counts. Gaz just doesn't seem to have that ability right now to get ahead and stay there. Force guys to put the ball in play.
DeShields hit a fly ball to left, and he was hit by a pitch. Pitch that bounced. Breaking pitch for strike 1 on DeShields. DeShields has 11 bunt hits. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's part of the small ball core of Ranger hitters. Their team is ranked number 1 in base running in the majors. DeShields a part of that, and the ranking is based not only on stolen bases and percentage of successful steals, but also advancing extra bases on hits. And people who figure base running runs have them computed at 13.3 base running runs, number 1 in the majors. Off the plate, and it's 2-2. Both these teams run hard and do try to stretch the envelope on the bases. Foul away. Still 2-2 to Delino. DeShields, who once stole 101 bases in the minors when he was in the Astros system. He was a second baseman, then he moved to center field after the 2013 season. Last year he hit 236 at Double-A Corpus Christi. Now he's in the 260s in the big leagues and fouling that one. Been a very nice contributor to this Ranger club this year, winning that center field job away from Leonis Martin. Yankees are trailing the White Sox 4-2 in the 8th, while the Blue Jays are up 5-3 in the 8th on Tampa Bay. So if things continue to go in that direction, Toronto will increase its lead over New York to 4 games in the AL East. Yankees are in very good shape for that wild card, leading by 4.5 over Houston for that top wild card spot. Liner into left center field. Rasmus goes for it. Here's DeShields, and he's going to second, and the throw is not in line, so it's cut off by Correa. A hustling double for DeShields.
Now DeShields had no question in his mind from first step out of the box that he was going to take a shot at least at 2 bags on it, and when he went around first, he was dead locked in. Tough pitch. And a tough play. You can see Colby was going hard. But that commitment there by DeShields bought him the extra base. Of course, load that up with a lot of speed.
That is great hustle right out of the box. As they say, he got that double in his first few steps out of the box. Shin-Soo Choo has an RBI single. He's 1 for 2. As we're looking at DeShields, there's ball 1.
It's 9 of 20 first pitches for a strike for Kazmir.
Well, that extra base for DeShields there, especially with 2 outs in the inning, part of the base running runs calculation. And that can really be important. Turn back toward second, toward the Shields. Seven hits for the Rangers, 3 for the Astros, each club with 1 error. Foul ball. That makes it 1-1. Kazmir has not been in very good spots for run support. He has the 4th best ERA in the American League, 2.73, but a losing record, 7-10.
I need a snow cone, Bronny.
Oh, looks good. 2-2. Ken Johnson of the '63 Colts had a losing record of 11-17, despite an ERA below 2.73. And Ewell Blackwell of the '46 Reds had a losing record of 9-13, despite an ERA below 2.75. So Kazmir's in that kind of company in recent years. And his club has not scored yet tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes. Every club seems to have a guy in that spot in the rotation, you know.
I was just trying to think of the last person I've heard named Ewell.
Well, we talked a few nights ago about Ewell Gibbons.
Yes, we did. Yeah. He ate trees and it didn't work out that well.
Astros have been shut out in 2 of Kazmir's starts this year. Bounce foul, first base side. Well, Scott has had many games like this in which he's been trying to hold the fort until the offense arrives. It's his 12th start with the Astros. Astros shut out in 2 of the previous 11. His first 2 were great. He was the guy doing the shutting out. He beat Kansas City on the road July 24th 4-0 with 7 shutout innings. And then he got a no decision here. A no decision despite shutting out the Angels for 7 2/3. The Astros won that one late 3-0. But the Astros have scored more than 3 runs in only 2 of his 11 starts with them. Fly ball deep right field. Springer watching this one carry, and that one is out for a 2-run homer. 5-0 Texas. Chu hitting his 19th, giving him 75 runs batted in now. Ranger fans with the Chu in the background, and you might be able to hear.
What do you do when you get a pitch to handle? You handle it. And that's what the Rangers are doing right now. You got to hand it to them. Shin-Soo Choo has been a big part of it.
Adrian Beltre takes ball 1. Beltre has walked and scored, and he's also flied to right. Josh Fields is warming up for Houston. Kazmir floats that one, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Rangers are in the middle of the pack in homers. That's number 161 for them, ranking 7th in the American League. But Chu has certainly been ripping it here in September. 2 balls and a strike to Beltre. Now it's 3-1. Astros pitchers have a 5.41 ERA against the Rangers this year for 16 games. Strike call makes it a full count on Beltre with Fielder on deck. deep to left. Tucker back. Tucker leaping, and it bounces off the wall. Beltre in with a double.
Brownie, you know, one of the stats we were looking at in discussing tonight's game in the series prior to the game is that the Rangers have been really good at driving runs in when they have men in scoring position and with 2 outs. All 5 runs coming with 2 outs tonight. And Scott Kazmir is at 87 pitches already. He's gotten himself in a spot where even at the best he might get 5 innings in.
Six extra base hits for the Rangers now. Brent Strom out to the mound. Fielder will be the batter. He drove in the first run with a double to left center. He's 1 for 2.
I'd love to hear this conversation. Or maybe I should call it a monologue.
Yeah. But Kazmir last time out in that Astros 10-6 win over Oakland went 3 2/3 innings, giving up 5 hits and 3 runs. He allowed a couple of homers. He threw 83 pitches. Now trailing 5-0. Fielder steps up. Fielder's hit 29 career homers against the Astros. He's driven in 97 runs against them. Flared over shortstop, out into shallow left center field, in for a hit. Rasmus with a throw to the plate, and it's offline and by. Kazmir backing up the play. 6-0 Rangers, and now a Fielder gets into second base on the overthrow. He'll get an RBI single, giving him his 88th run batted in, and it's a 6-run lead for the Rangers with 4 straight 2-out hits.
Some bad stuff going on, Brownie.
The Rangers really piled it on the Astros when they swept that 4-game series in Texas. And now this one is taking on some of those same overtones. Rangers won 14-3 on the 16th of September, 8-2 on the 17th. They lead it 6-0 here. Back in a moment.
Call to the bullpen as Josh Fields has been summoned and has loosened up. For Josh on the year, 53rd appearance, ERA at 3.75. He's allowed just 37 hits in 48 innings and only a couple of home runs. We have to restore some balance here and get the Astros bats going.
Mike Napoli's the batter. Napoli is 1 for 2, a single to right field in the 3rd inning. 6 runs on 10 hits with 1 error for the Rangers. They've left 4. 0-3-2 for the Astros. They've stranded 5. Fields delivers and throws strike 1. Those 2-out runs you were talking about.
5 of 6.
Yeah, they had one on the Kazmir error back in the second inning.
That's right.
1-1. Fields worked briefly Wednesday, 1/3 of an inning against the Angels, giving up a walk and a hit, but no runs. That was his 9th outing since he was recalled from Double-A September 1st. Check swing roller. Lowry plays it to Valbuena. And in the 4th inning, the Rangers play out on. 3 runs, 4 hits, a man left. They are up 6-0.
Nothing. Free Houston Astros Crush City yard signs are still available at select Academy Sports and Outdoor stores, but they're going fast. Go to rootsports.com/yard signs for a list of participating locations before they run out. The yard signs are just a lot of fun, actually. Fans are bringing them to the game. We're seeing a lot of them, actually, being brought to the game now. We're seeing them on the tops of cars. We're seeing them in yards all over the place. So get out there and get yours at participating Academy locations. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. Evan Gattis comes up, bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0 Rangers. New left fielder Will Venable in the game, replacing Mike Napoli. And there's strike 1 to Gattis, who grounded to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Scott Kazmir threw 87 pitches, 55 for strikes. Out to left center field. DeShields going for it. DeShields way back. And that one kicks back. Gattis into second, and he's going to stretch it and go to third. Another triple for Gattis. His 10th.
That would be big smile time generally for Evan Gattis. Under the circumstances, trailing 6-0, it's not time for the big smile, but it's quite an accomplishment this year by Evan Gattis with the 3 baggers. And he's living up to his promise to not steal any bags in the process. He got one to handle, and he handled it.
Smooth stride on a stand-up triple for Gattis. Most triples by an Astros since Michael Bourne, who had 12 in 09. Now Valbuena puts one in the air, and he will follow that with a homer. 2-run shot by Valbuena, number 23. Now the crowd gets into it. 6-2 Rangers. And 53 runs batted in for Valbuena.
What do you do when you have your backs against the wall? Do something to get away from that wall. Oh, that's big. Put a couple of runs on the board and see if you can get back in this game.
Now Mike Maddox is coming out to the mound, the pitching coach for the Rangers.
Like a little cutter, and Valbuena gets his bat toss in, gets a little hop and a skip, and most importantly puts 2 runs on the board.
home runs for the Houston Astros. This is their second best home run season in their history. Chichi Gonzalez warming up for the Rangers. Ball 1 to Preston Tucker. Valbuena ripped one. And after the triple by Gaddis, Tucker, who doubled to right center, is the batter. 2-0, and Gallardo is fighting to get some outs to go the 5 innings to qualify for a win, having thrown 67 pitches. In the air, and Beltre will go back into shallow left field. 1 out. Rangers have 6 extra base hits now. The Astros with 4. Jason Castro walked in the second inning. Altuve comes out to the on-deck circle. Gallardo with a 15-4 lifetime record against Houston has been stocked with the early run support. He falls behind Castro, and it's 1-0.
Put up a night offensively and turn this thing around.
1-1. Well, in this situation, of course, the Rangers having brought a 6-0 lead into this inning, it's Gallardo's game, shooting for his 13th win, and he'll get an opportunity to stay in and get it. To shallow left field, and Venable will not be able to get there, but that means that the Astros have a chance to test this lead a little bit more. Usually the manager, Jeff Bannister, would give his starter a little bit more rope, but still a 4-run lead in the 4th inning. And now Altuve bats.
They come in on the hands, and Castro throws a thumber. Now, generally, it's been a pretty good location for Gallardo. But back to the comments from the first inning, it's not blow-away stuff. It's gettable.
So with Gonzalez warming up, it's Altuve now. He has a double to right and a strikeout.
Yeah, Jason Castro is going to run on you.
Well, he has not attempted to steal all year, and he spent time on the disabled list with the right quad strain.
To me, that's just bad focus when I see that.
Ball 1 to Altuve. Out to center field to Shields with the grab. 2 outs.
The most popular way to follow Astros baseball is with MLB.com. At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. Get the MLB.com At Bat app now.
Big crowd here tonight. Having something to cheer about here with the Gaddis triple, the Valbuena homer, a Castro single in this inning, and now George Springer doesn't want the inning to end. Springer 1 for 2. That infield hit on the grounded to Beltre in the 3rd inning. And it's ball 1. And Correa's on deck, so the Astros have a chance to bring some more thunder here against Gallardo. Meanwhile, in Detroit, the Tigers got 3 in the 7th. They have tied the Minnesota Twins. It's 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th now. The Twins have their closer, Glenn Perkins, in the game. It's 2-0 to Springer. Angels have a later start at home against Seattle tonight. Ground ball into right field. A broken bat hit. Here's Castro going first to third on the single by Springer. And now Correa comes up next.
Ball not hit sharply, but finding a way to shoot one through right off the end of the bat. Good job by George. Keep getting some good swings. And again, it's just time to put some runs on the board. Put a hurt on the Rangers.
Moreland went flying through the air. He was in tight at first base, holding the runner, and Castro went to third. Correa has struck out both times. For Seattle tonight, it'll be Vidal Nuno starting in Anaheim against the Angels' Garrett Richards. Game just about to start. Andrus to his left, tosses to Odor for the forced play on Springer, and the Astros get 2 runs on 4 hits. Valbuena unloading his 23rd. It's 6-2 after 4. Texas. They've out hit the Astros 10-7. Josh Fields, pitcher number 2 for Houston, facing Mitch Moreland leading off the 5th inning. Moreland has a double to center and a ground out. Ball 1 to Moreland with Andrus and Odor to follow in the Ranger 5th. White Sox lead the Yankees 5-2. They're in the top of the 9th at Yankee Stadium. Gordon Beckham hit his 6th home run. Mike Holt number 3. It's 2-0 for Josh Fields. There are all kinds of possibilities right now for postseason play in the American League. Tucker in left field. 1 out. There's a note in the Astros clubhouse to the players to make sure they have their passports when they leave for the final road trip of the regular season on Sunday afternoon. That's because they need to be ready in case their trip would wind up taking them to Toronto. Elvis Andrus is 1 for 2, a bunt single. Those are the possibilities. They could be engaging in a 1-game play-in game next Monday if they're unable to clinch a playoff spot before then. So there are different possibilities, but let's just say, throw it out there that they play Minnesota. They could be going from Arizona to Minnesota, and that could change. That could be here, but right now it looks like it would be at Minnesota if those two did tie and play off for the second wild card. 0-2. Then if they win that, it looks like right now they would be going on to New York to play a series against the Yankees, and they could possibly be at some point headed for Toronto, but we'll wait and see.
It's hard to believe the conversation has gotten to this point. Obviously it has, but you take any shot at the postseason you can get. And I've mentioned it numerous times last year, the 2 entrants into the World Series, both wild card teams. You roll your dice any way you can.
Lefty Andrew Faulkner's warming up for the Rangers right now. Well, there are 2 avenues. That's a strikeout looking. Andrus drops the bat. He's been out of sorts about these calls tonight on him.
Let's get our peek. It's a good looking curveball. It is away. So you understand what Andrus is seeing, but he's been out at shortstop watching that pitch called a strike numerous times tonight.
2 outs, and Odor's the batter. Dan Straley warming up for Houston. Odor has grounded twice to Valbuena at first. That's ball 1. So 2 avenues for either of these clubs: a division title or a wild card berth. They might both get in.
It's really easy to give up on a game like this early, but I assure you, Jeff Bannister in the Rangers dugout is thinking, boy, those 2 runs the Astros just put on the board has made this a little less comfortable, and AJ and company would like to keep turning it that direction.
A swing by Odor at the breaking pitch makes it 1-2. Well, 9 games remaining for the Astros, counting this one. 10 left for the Rangers, so no effort will be less than the best as far as these managers are concerned. Nothing can be left to chance getting this close to the end of the season. It's 2-2 to Odor. Jimenez is on deck. And a foul ball. Rangers have dominated this all-time series, 79-47 versus Houston. And they have had a winning record here in Houston, 37-25. Astros are 2-4 against the Rangers here this year. 3-2 now. Houston bullpen has an ERA for the month of September of 6.63. Odor takes it, and he checked his swing on the appeal to Ron Culpa. It's ball 4.
Register now for the opportunity to purchase tickets to potential 2015 Astros postseason games right here at Minute Maid Park. You won't want to miss the excitement of October baseball. Sign up at astros.com/postseason tickets.
Jimenez tripled on a carom that kicked out towards center field in the second inning and grounded to first in the fourth. Odor has a decent sized lead, and that's strike 1. Yankees are batting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing the White Sox 5-2. Closer David Robertson in the game for the White Sox, the former Yankee. Snap throw to first by Castro. Odor is back. It's 1-1. That's a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Altuve looks out to George Springer. He's calling for it in front of George. In the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, and a man stranded. 6-2 Rangers.
For you, shall we? Remember the clues for this last Major League Baseball season with the Astros. Holds a Major League Baseball's record for a lefty, and once ejected on a day honoring him, he is John Franco, who was known primarily as a Red and a Met, but was an Astro at age 44. He still holds the record for most saves as a lefty, and on May 11th, 1996, he was ejected during a 5th inning brawl on John Franco Day at Shea Stadium. You got to love that.
Yep.
I guess he figured it's my day, I'll punch whoever I want, right? So we got a couple of guys that got it right. In fact, a lot of people got it right. J.J. Cabrera got it right. Steve got it right. Daniel Cabrera got it. I also had a couple of interesting tweets. Had a Joe Sambito in there. I had a Mike Hampton in there. But most everybody got it right, guys.
Thank you, Bart. There's Jed Lowry taking ball one, 6-2 Rangers, bottom of the fifth inning. Jed walked in the first, grounded out in the third. Rasmus is on deck, then Gaddis. In the air to shallow left field. Venable. One out. Gallardo really struggled in the fourth, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 outs away from qualifying for the victory. He faces Rasmus, who's 0 for 2. Rangers have had warm-up action in their bullpen. So it would appear that Gallardo might not get a chance to go much longer than 5 tonight. Rasmus is fly to left and grounded out. In for strike one. Foul, and it's 0-2. Mets are pounding Cincinnati 12-5. They're in the bottom of the ninth. Mets are close to clinching. They have a 7.5 game lead on Washington coming into play tonight. One and 2 to Rasmus. It's a wild one in Miami. 12-11. Miami leading Atlanta in the bottom of the 8th. Now 2-2. They're underway in Anaheim. Seattle got a run in the top of the first against the Angels. Garrett Richards. Vidal Nuno is pitching for the Mariners tonight. And a strike 3 call, 2 outs. 4th strikeout for Gallardo.
He spots it very nicely. Loosen him up, let him fly.
Angels have quickly tied that game 1-1 in the first on an RBI double by Mike Trout. His 88th run batted in. Gaddis with the triple in the 4th. 1 for 2 in this game. Valbuena's on deck. Strike 1 to Evan. It's 1-1. He sends one high to left field. They're getting, and that's going to kick back out toward the shortstop. And here's a throw to second. It's offline. Gaddis is in with a double. And now he has a triple and a double. That's his 20th double of the year.
Now the Rangers had a shot to get Evan with that throw offline, and now it's time for the Astros to get a 2-out hit and pick up a run here. This ball got a piece of the ball boy down that left field side and softened the kick into left field.
Great job by the ball boy.
Yeah, he did everything he could.
Andrews threw it past Odor, and now that's going to be it for Gallardo. He falls short of qualifying for the win. He leaves after 4 2/3 innings. Andrew Faulkner, a left-hander, has been warming up for Valbuena. He may be leaving for a pinch hitter. We'll find out, with the score 6-2 Rangers. Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Texas Bay Credit Union. Texas Bay Credit Union is the official credit union of the Houston Astros. Join today. Managerial maneuvering now. Lefty Andrew Faulkner, a rookie, comes out of the bullpen with the Rangers leading the Astros 6-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, runner at second. And the corresponding move by A.J. Hinch is pinch hitting Marwin Gonzalez. No wins or losses for Faulkner in 8 Major League games, a 3.24 ERA. Lefty's 2 for 15 against him. Well, he'll be facing a switch hitter batting right. And Gonzalez pinch hitting for Valbuena. Marwin's hitting .277 with 11 homers, 33 runs batted in. He is 2 for 16 pinch hitting. Been bothered by some left wrist and finger and hand injuries. And he's been fine batting from this right-hand side of the plate. Gaddis at second and 2 outs. And there's strike 1 from Faulkner.
I find that a very intriguing move by Jeff Bannister, the skipper of the Rangers, taking out a guy 1 out away from qualifying for a win with a 6-2 lead. And I will just say that I've seen that not play well in some clubhouses.
Ross Ohlendorf is warming up in the bullpen right now for the Rangers. Gallardo out after 4 2/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits and 2 runs so far. Faulkner pitched against the Astros in Texas September 16th and gave up a 2-run homer to Evan Gaddis. Faulkner's from Aiken, South Carolina, a 14th round pick by the Rangers in 2011. 23 years old. Line to left field. Venable with the catch. No runs, a hit, and a man left after 5. It's 6-2 Texas.
And it's time for our Progressive Insurance Fan of the Game. You know, the Astros have long been involved with the Sunshine Kids. In fact, today in the pregame ceremony, they presented a check to the Sunshine Kids for $100,000, the Astros Foundation did. And this family is part of a wonderful story surrounding the Sunshine Kids. This is the Bonilla family. Clever and Korea Bonilla have two lovely little girls, Samantha, 7 years old, and Olivia. And Samantha has recently done a lot of good work for the Sunshine Kids. I'm going to let Clever tell us the story about what your daughter did.
Samantha actually was able to do fundraisers on 3 separate occasions where she was able to actually get some individuals to donate the school lunch bags and actually place within those school lunch bags some school supplies, pens, pencils, sharpeners, notebooks, and just for the Sunshine Kids organization kids to have different types of lunch bags to actually go ahead and actually just go take them to school. Some were camel color, some had little birdies in there for girls and boys. And I think within those 3 types of fundraisers, she was able to actually donate over 60 lunch bags to the Sunshine Kids organization.
That's outstanding at the age of 7.
That's correct.
Did you have fun doing that, Samantha?
Yes.
You did a great job. That is great work. And congratulations to you for all that you did to help those kids. And you are our Progressive Insurance Fan of the Game. Great job, sweetie. What a beautiful family, Brownie.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous family, and especially with what's inside. Thank you, Bart. Vince Velasquez in the game for the Astros, getting a foul ball from Delino to Shields. He's 1-1 with a 4.47 ERA for 17 games, and he has started 7 times. Throws downhill very nicely at 95 for strike 2 on to Shields, who's been on twice and scored a run. Josh Fields in 3 and 1 1/3 innings, allowed no hits, no runs, with 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Grounded to Altuve. It gets the hustling to Shields. 1 out. Shields ran that one out.
He was all out going down the line. Of course, we saw him pick up that leg double a little earlier.
Shin-Soo Choo is 2 for 3 in this game with a homer. He's driven in 3. Very potent number 2 hitter with 75 runs batted in right now and 18 homers. The Angels have a 4-1 lead over the Mariners. They're in the top of the 2nd inning. Albert Pujols hit his 37th homer with a man on. That's fouled away, strike 1.
By the way, this is the really good looking stuff right now from Vince Velasquez. And if he could pitch this way, show that he can do this on a regular basis, he could work his way in as one of the starters next year.
He had 3 quality starts. Line to center field for a hit. Choo is 3 for 4 in this game.
That is one hot hitter. Got off to a slow start on his season, but that stroke is all over it time and time again. And he's not a great outfielder, so he's got to swing the bat to be valuable for Texas. He's doing that right now.
11 hits for the Rangers. Adrian Beltre has one of those, a double. He has a walk. He's scored 2 runs. That's strike 1 to Beltre. Velasquez last work Saturday night here against Oakland. He worked 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. His throw goes to first on Choo. Choo is 4 for 5 in steals. Giovanni Gallardo, after 4 2/3 innings, allowing 8 hits, 2 runs, walking 1, fanning 4, was relieved by Faulkner, so Gallardo cannot be the winning pitcher tonight. Minnesota Twins lost at Detroit 6-4. They had a 4-0 lead in the middle of the 5th inning, and then the Tigers roared back to score the final 6, getting 3 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. beating Glenn Perkins. Perkins now 2-5. Neftali Feliz, the former Ranger closer, got the job done for Detroit tonight.
I like that kind of cop it up talk you're bringing now.
0-2. Perkins gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in 1 inning.
Bring it on by. Just 92, but up and in.
The Rangers have done a number on Astros pitching. With the 6 runs they've scored tonight so far, they've now scored 99 runs. This is the 17th game between the two clubs. Rangers trailed the Astros August 2nd by 8 games. Now they're up by 3.5. Looping into right field for a hit. Springer to play it. Chu going first to third. On the single by Beltre. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Fielder now, and A.J. Hinch is on his way to the mound.
Another one of those hits right off the end of the bat. Adrian Beltre is playing some great ball, and he and Fielder and Chu and Moreland have been enormous in this turnaround for the Rangers.
Lefty Joe Thatcher will be coming in to face Fielder. The score is 6-2 Texas in just a moment. Early April going very well, continuing through May. 7th best ERA in the majors at 2.73. Will Harris really was on fire among many relievers for the Astros. Then things started to turn. Now in September it's a 6.63 ERA, the last in the majors right now. The 3rd least innings pitched. 7th best ERA, 20 blown saves, the 10th most. So it hasn't been for overworking the members of the bullpen.
No, I think AJ's done a really good job in that regard, and that was one of the reasons we said this bullpen was in such great shape coming into September. It just hasn't continued.
Now Joe Thatcher works to Prince Fielder. Fielder is 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Thatcher faced one batter Tuesday night, Cole Calhoun. He gave up a dunking RBI single into left field. His 2 inherited runners scored on that one. That's strike 1 to Fielder. The Rangers have had hits in 5 of the 6 innings. They had a base runner in the one in which they did not have a hit. Dan Straley's warming up for the Astros. Will Venable on deck, another lefty hitter. 1-1, and A.J. Hinch can be pretty well assured that Venable is going to hit with the lead for Texas.
Maybe just below that strike zone.
One and two to fielder. Rangers are 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Now 2 and 2. Fielders hit .257 against lefties with 9 homers and 230 at bats. Full count to Fielder. And Straley getting loose. Fielder's 0 for 3 against Thatcher in his career. Bouncer up the middle. Correa steps on the bag, throws to first, double play. No runs, 2 hits, and a man left for the Rangers. They lead it 6-2 in the 6th.
We've been talking about the bullpens, and right now, if you're talking bullpens in the month of September, the Rangers really good. As Brownie was saying, ERA right at the 2 mark. That's solid work, and a 193 batting average against for the Astros, a bullpen that has been throughout the year one of the key reasons the club has been so good has just turned and gone the other way. 6.63 ERA, 300 batting average against, 9 home runs allowed. It's all that credit given early in the year, Brownie, to why has this team been so good. The bullpen, probably the first response always given, and now it again has turned the other way, and one of the big reasons it's turned around in the negative direction.
Jonathan Villar's pinch hitting here for Preston Tucker's taking strike 1 from Andrew Faulkner. Villar, 3 for 8 as a pinch hitter, has gone deep with one of those 3 pinch hits. He's hitting .264 overall with 2 homers. 1-1. Villar's hitting .262 right-handed, .265 left-handed. Tucker was 1 for 2, a double to right center. He looks at that one, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Hits for the Rangers, 8 for the Astros, 2 errors for Houston, 1 for Texas. Villar's hit .288 in his last 34 major league games. Fouls it in. It's 2-2. There were 3 switch hitters on the Houston bench when the game started. Now Hank Conger is the only one of the 3 remaining. Marwin Gonzalez pinch hit last inning. Castro is on deck. Then Altuve due up third. Liner into center. A pinch hit for Villar. That gets it started in the Houston 6th. Down by 4.
I love Villar from the right side of the plate. A lot of pop in that bat. And that's one of those hits that is needed. Yeah, it's a great start to an inning, but some of those swings now with men on base. He really lets it fly well in a good, solid swing from the right side.
Castro has a walk and a single to left. Fouls it for strike 1. Rangers have put together quite a long sustained stretch of good play, going 32-16 since August 3rd. No balls, 2 strikes. Their 7-game winning streak against the Astros is the longest active winning streak against any division opponent for any major league club. They have revamped their bullpen on the fly during this season. 1-2. Tolly Feliz was their closer when the season started. Now it's Sean Tolleson. They traded for one of their 8th inning setup men, Sam Dyson. Keone Kela came up from the minors and pitched very well. And they got Sam Freeman and Jake Diekman from the left side, and they've both done a nice job. Castro's down on strikes, 1 out. Jeff Bannister's on his way to the mound with Altuve due to bad next. He's had Ross Ollendorf warming up from the right side. That's all he needs from Andrew Faulkner tonight. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit. And he's responsible for the base runner Villar with the score 6-2 Texas. Back in a moment.
on sale now. Guarantee your seats for a potential 2015 postseason run by reserving your 2016 season tickets today. Go to Astros.com/season tickets, or you can call 1-877-9-ASTROS. Brownie, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. 6-2 lead for the Rangers. They go with their third pitcher of the night, Ross Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf in 16 games, 2-0 with a 2.45 ERA. He was born in Houston, went to Princeton University. He's held lefties to just a 182 average, and he'll be facing right-handed hitting Jose Altuve. Ash.
8th year in the major leagues. Started out with the Mets, played with the Pirates, Padres, Nationals, and now in his first campaign with the Texas Rangers. 12 hits allowed in 14 2/3 innings.
Altuve is 1 for 3, a double to right in the first inning. Jonathan Villar's the runner at first with one down, and the Astros trailing by 4. George Springer's on deck. Ohlendorf throws to first. Ohlendorf, as you mentioned, has moved around quite a bit in his career. He's 33 years old. He's had different roles. He's been a starter on 80 occasions in the big leagues. And now they kind of jokingly call him the blowout closer. So if they have a big lead, they don't want to use their closer. He's the guy. Not that this would be that situation. Curveball and strike one.
Yeah, every inning potentially big for the Astros. You put a couple of runs up on the board and turn this into a 2-run game. Right back in it.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Jimenez with the throw, and it's a one-bounce throw, not in time to get Villar, who steals the base.
Now, Villar has not been a prominent player for the Astros this year, obviously, but as he comes up, he has shown some really good pop from the right side of the plate. He's shown that he can be counted on to steal some bags. Yeah, you wonder how he might factor in.
It's 0-2 to Altuve. 7th steal for Villar. Ohlendorf spiked that one well out in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. This is Ohlendorf's third outing against the Astros. He's not given up a run in an inning and 2/3 in the first 2.
I don't know if that was a 50-footer.
Yeah. Bounced well out in front of the dish. Altuve stays alive.
That's a high leg kick. And I find myself wondering, is there a way for Villar to get third base? If you do go, you better know you've got it.
Yeah, especially trailing by 4 in the 6th inning. Altuve rolls over on that one, stays alive at 1-2. This is what he does so very well. Foul off pitches. Makes contact. Altuve has struck out 62 times this year. He's had now more than 600 at bats. 601.
Consistently down and away. And you don't want to get rung up, but you can certainly take some of those pitches for balls.
That one bounces again. 2-2, and if you're swinging, at least it's better if you can foul it rather than swing and a miss at that down and away pitch. Altuve fouls another one. Villar kind of had a walking lead, and then he stopped. on that one. He's getting a little frisky off second base. This will be the 8th pitch to Altuve.
You can see that that leg kick has really changed on the last 2-3 pitches.
He wants to be ready to go on another pitch in the dirt. There have been a couple so far. And a turn now back towards second. The Astros continue to lead the American League in steals with 113, but they have had many more caught stealings in the second half of the season compared to the first half.
Just hasn't been a successful part of the game here in the second half.
Altuve looks at another one in the dirt. 3-2. Easy to say, well, VR could have gotten a third on that, but has to be able to read that properly from where he is.
Every runner is so valuable right now, and you're right, 90 feet helps you, but the out hurts you more than the help on the other side.
Well, it really does. Down by 4 in the 6th. Altuve to short. Andrus will take the out at third to Beltre, and he tags VR. Overly aggressive, 2 outs, and Altuve reaches first.
That's a blatant mistake. Ground ball in front of you, especially sharply hit. You just can't make that mistake.
That takes the Astros out of a runner in scoring position.
Look, you've got to get a read as a base runner. You're not going. Now, a lot of people say, well, defensively, make sure you get the out at first. That's your second out of the inning, and therefore you might be able to catch somebody napping, but doesn't happen here with this Texas Rangers club that's playing so well, and they are loose.
Now, the general rule of thumb for the base runner there is the shortstop needs to be moving to his left in order to try to get to third base. That one's hit right at him. And it's a short throw for Andrus. Springer now 2 for 3 tonight. We'll try to keep it alive with Correa on deck. Altuve draws a throw from Ollendorf. Strike to Springer. Colin McHugh goes for his 18th win Saturday when he poses Derek Holland of the Rangers. 12:05 start time tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle has scored twice in the second, and the Angels lead the Mariners 4-3 in the second inning now. Springer fouls it back. 1-2. Good turnout tonight. These fans have been energized for this important game in the AL West race. They have responded. Now just waiting for more offense from the Astros. Altuve draws some more attention. 1-2, 2 outs. Sometimes a base runner will find that to be an acceptable time. Try to steal, probably not here in this situation. Because there can be a pitch like that. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's one that Altuve will pick up the 90 feet on many times. Ball rolled a good 15-20 feet up the first base line.
Wow. Springer looked like he started to swing the bat late on that one. It's 3-2 to George.
I think he realized that curveball sometimes can come back and sneak into the strike zone. But you start getting dangerously close to those wrists again on George.
Yeah. Now 3-2, 2 outs. Altuve will be running on this pitch.
George actually does a nice job on the off-speed pitch on the 3-2, getting the piece to stay alive. Rangers and their pitching, they're not caving into some of the old isms that say, you know, challenge a guy in this count, 3-2, for example.
Altuve breaks for second, and a strikeout for Ollendorf, ending the Astros 6th. No runs, a hit, and a man stranded. We move to the 7th, 6-2 Rangers.
Is brought to you by MD Anderson. On September 26th, 1986, Mike Scott clinches the National League West title for the Astros by striking out 13 and no-hitting the San Francisco Giants. It's the last of 3 consecutive shutouts by the Astros starting pitching. The Astros would pitch 3 more shutouts before the end of that 86 season. Some kind of pitching staff, and what an amazing day to clinch with a no-hitter.
Thatcher ready to work to Will Venable in the 7th inning. Showing body, takes strike one. Thatcher got a double play ball hit by Prince Fielder in the 6th. Venables batting for the first time, 246, 6 homers, 33 runs batted in. He came from the San Diego Padres in a trade. No balls, 2 strikes, and he's been taking over defensively for Mike Napoli in left field when the Rangers have a lead. Venable looks at it, and it's 1-2. Will Venable.
Certainly a callable pitch right there. And it's a part of some very long baseball.
2-2 now. Corey Kluber and Carlos Carrasco have both become the first pair of Indians starting pitchers since 1969 to strike out 200 or more in the same year. Fly ball, and Rasmus is backing on it in center. 1 down.
Remember September of 1986? Well, you've been around a while if you do. Jim Deshaies got a string going. That against the Dodgers, striking out the first 8 hitters he faced in that game. A 2-hitter. Nolan Ryan, 8 innings, no runs allowed, 1 hitter. And then Mike Scott with the no-no. 13 punch-outs, walked a couple. But that was a pitching staff that was afire at that point.
Mitch Moreland's the batter. Ball 1 to Moreland. Moreland's 1 for 3. Yeah, the clincher. That Scott no-hitter. What a terrific time that was. And the great playoff series with the Mets. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Really good team, and it was built around pitching and defense.
Vince Velasquez in 1/3 of an inning gave up 2 hits, no runs with no walks, no strikeouts. Thatcher's pitcher number 4. He gets a foul ball back, and it's 1-2. Thatcher's 33. He's from Indianapolis. Went to Indiana State. There's a full scorecard. Strike 3 call, 2 outs.
That frisbee found right there at the bottom of the knees. Look at how he sweeps it. Looks like it starts behind the left-hand hitter.
Yeah. A.J. Hinch takes the ball from Thatcher. He's had Straley warming up, and Straley's going to be called into this game. 2 outs, nobody on the 7th inning. 6-2 Texans. Good crowd here on a Friday night watching Dan Straley warm up. He's just back from AAA Fresno, where he was 10-9 with a 4.77 ERA. Earlier this year with the Astros, he was 0-1 with a 4.76.
He's been one of those guys kind of bouncing back and forth when the Astros needed somebody to spot start.
Now he comes in relief facing Elvis Andrus, who's 1 for 3. Straley first came up in early July, and he took the mound in Boston July 3rd, got a no decision, left with a 5-4 lead. And then next time out, 5 days later in Cleveland, quality start for Dan, 6 innings, 2 runs, but no decision. He got a loss in Texas August 4th. That's strike 1 to Andrus. He was working that game on 3 days rest. Had to leave in the wee hours of the morning to get there, as the Astros used him as an emergency starter. And he lost that game to the Rangers 4-3, giving up 4 runs in 4 2/3 innings. 0-2 for Straley, who's 26 years old, from Redlands, California, Western Oregon University, and Marshall University for Dan Straley on the resume. Drafted by Oakland in the 24th round in 2009, and the Cubs got him in a trade, and the Astros picked him up along with Luis Valbuena last January in the Dexter Fowler deal. Off the end of the bat, Correa pursuing it and reaching out, he collides with Altuve. The ball is knocked loose, and Altuve's down. It's a double for Andrus.
2 players going as hard as they could go on another one of these little tweener hits. Carlos Correa is going to win that physical war time and time again, but I don't think you'll see either one of these guys back off in terms of effort. Like that wrist and glove of Correa might have gotten wrapped around into the face of Altuve.
Altuve had it, but then the ball was jarred loose by the collision with Correa. Rex Jones bending down on one knee over Altuve. A.J. Hinch looking down at him. I want to make sure that his head is clear. They do the concussion protocol usually on a fall like that, probably.
Yeah. Error shortstop. Is that what they call that?
Oh, that can't be right.
Come on.
That can't be right.
This is just do or die for a couple of guys, and that has to be changed to a hit. I'm sorry.
It was called an error on shortstop, but yeah.
Wow.
Just not the right call. Well, Altuve walking around.
Yeah, all I can say is I applaud 2 guys going at it like that.
A.J. Hinch is talking with the umpire there, Vic Carapazza. And Altuve's coming off the field. Working with his jaw. It looks like his eyes are bothering him. And Jake Marisnick is running out. Let's see if maybe he goes to left field and VR goes to second base now. Or he's going to go to center and move Colby Rasmus to left and bring VR into play second.
Well, you got to hope there's nothing going on, especially in terms of that concussion stuff, because that'll just blow the remainder of the season, obviously, for the guy the Astros need every inning.
Correa seems to be fine, but certainly not the case with Altuve. Now they're switching the outfielders. Marisnick will be going to center, Rasmus to left. VR He'll be moving in from left field to play second base. As you see, those are the changes. So Marisnik is in Altuve's leadoff spot in the order. Altuve was the next to last batter in the 6th inning. And Larry Vanover, the crew chief. Getting the changes now. Before Straley works to Odor. Odor 0 for 2 with a walk. Apparently the call was reviewed and confirmed that the ball was jarred loose from Jose Altuve, and it was not a catch. Andrus on at second base for right now on an error. The Astros charged with an error on that play, but that undoubtedly will be changed later. And Odor is the batter. Strike one from Straley. Oliver Perez is warming up for Houston. No balls, 2 strikes. Angels 4, Mariners 3, top of the 4th inning in Anaheim. Popped up. Correa moving for out number 3. No runs, a hit and a man left. Well, no runs and an error. That will be changed. 6-2 Rangers. .66.
Let's go then. Add to that.
All right. They trail by 4, 6-2 as the home 7th arrives. 11 times they've rallied to win when they've trailed after 6 innings. Carlos Correa leads it off in the home 7th. He's 0 for 3. Lowry and Rasmus to follow in the Astros 7th with Ollendorf, pitcher number 3, on the mound. He goes with that old-fashioned windup. That's strike one. Don't see much of that one anymore.
don't think it's going to catch on either.
Breaking pitch, strike 2 to Correa. Giovanni Gallardo started in 4 2/3 innings. He allowed 8 hits, 2 runs for the Rangers. Faulkner worked 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 hit, no runs. Correa is called for a swing and a strikeout. Second strikeout for Ollendorf.
And bat got out there further than I'm sure Carlos even considered.
Jed Lowry is 0 for 2 with a walk. That's ball 1 from Ollendorf, who's stretching it out here in relief. It's 2-0 to Jed. Three balls, no strikes. You know, the Rangers are 13th in ERA in the American League. That does not really apply to how they've been doing lately. Striking at 3-1. Their bullpen has a 1.52 ERA the last 13 games. ERA of 2 this month, lowest in the majors. Andrus, 2 outs. He had time to go down on a knee and make that play, block it with his body. Colby Rasmus is 0 for 3. Bannister wants a lefty. He got 4 outs from Ollendorf. He'll be moving to Jake Diekman next. Ollendorf with a good job with the 4-run lead, 6-2 Texas. Back in a moment.
Astros take on the Rangers. Show your support for Keuchel Angelo when he takes them out. For more information, visit astros.com/Keuchel's Corner. or you can call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
A chance to see one of the great artists at work.
Yep.
Michelangelo, first player in Major League history to start a season 14-0 at home. 1.47 ERA at Minute Maid, the lowest since Nolan Ryan with the Angels in 72. Last pitcher with 14 home wins and a sub-150 ERA. John Tudor with St. Louis in their World Series year, 1985. Was that the year he punched the fan in the dugout? As Kansas City won that World Series. That wouldn't be a good move.
No, depending on the type of fan you're discussing being in the dugout. But talk about an artist. He has been that. And John Tudor, good comparison with him.
Yeah. Tudor kept the ball down very well. Lots of ground ball outs. Good changeup. There's that sign again. Jake Diekman takes over on the mound. Facing Colby Rasmus. He's 2-1 with a 4.11 ERA for 64 games. Last 6 appearances, no runs and no hits. He came for the Phillies in the Cole Hamels deal in July. He delivers strike 1. Rasmus is 0 for 3 tonight. Diekman's 28 years old. One of the key members of their late inning squad. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's from Wymore, Nebraska. He was in a class of 28 with no baseball team in high school. Maybe that's how he eventually learned how to throw 100 miles per hour. He was clocked at 100 last year.
That'll get you drafted.
30th rounder in 07. How back?
How's that happen?
Well, he must not have thrown 100 then. 2-2. He's pitched very effectively all 3 times against the Astros this season. Twice he came in with a 1-run lead in the 8th inning, pitched a scoreless frame. The other time he came in with the game tied in the 8th. And he gets an out here to end the 7th inning. 6-2 Rangers after 7. 80 the paid attendance today at Minute Maid Park. Excellent crowd tonight. The Rangers got on the board with a first inning tally on a fielder double. They got 2 in the second inning. And then the Astros were able to come up with 2 in the fourth, but after they had fallen behind 6-0, Rangers got 3 in their fourth inning. Chris Jimenez bats, and Straley deals, and there's strike 1 to Jimenez, who has a triple in 3 at bats. Cardinals are batting in the bottom of the 9th, and they trail the Brewers 4-3. Breaking pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Sam Dyson's warming up for Texas right now. The Cardinals have won 97 games. Fly ball left field. Rasmus back. Good catch. With Pittsburgh's win earlier today over Chicago 3-2, the Pirates have won 94 games. If the Cardinals lose, Pittsburgh pulls to within 3 of first. DeShields has a double. He's been hit by a pitch and 4 at bats. 4 trips to the plate, rather. There's strike 1. Francisco Rodriguez is in the game for Milwaukee, trying to close out the Cardinals 4-3. Cardinals have survived all kinds of injuries. They're trying to get Adam Wainwright back for the playoffs now, I believe. Out to left center field. Marisnik's calling. Rasmus will make the catch. No, they come together, and the ball is loose. So another collision. And this time, a very catchable ball goes uncaught with DeShields reaching first.
Yeah. I used the word ugly early on in the ball game, and I guess I have to use it again.
This is ruled a single.
So when you've got the routine play and guys collide, then it's a single, and when you've got the near impossible play, okay.
You confused at all?
I am a bit confused.
Okay, join the club on that. Shin-Soo Choo's the batter. Ball to first. Marlon Gonzalez will get the out. DeShields into second on out number 2. So for now, DeShields got his second hit of the game on that fly ball to left center field.
Please don't make me put things like that in my score sheet,
because once you do and you have to change it the next day, it gets ugly, right?
Yep. Well, I've already crossed the ugly line, so.
Adrian Beltre is 2 for 3 with a walk. He scored 2 runs. Straley and Castro talk it over. In the Astros 8th, it'll be Gaddis, Gonzalez, and Villar due up. The Angels lead it 5-3 over Seattle after 4 in Anaheim. Well, there are certainly a lot of convoluted playoff possibilities right now. Lots of things could happen to change the current situation, of course. In the dirt, here's the runner going for third, and no throw by Castro. DeShields moving up. Wild pitch for Straley. Beltre takes a look at ball 1. Ball 2, rather. 2-0 to Beltre. still batting with 2 outs in the ninth, trailing by 1. Now 3 balls, no strikes. Straley pitched 14 times in the big leagues last year, 1-3 with a 6.75 ERA for Oakland and the Cubs. In for a strike. 3-1. Fielders on deck. Flared to shallow right field. 3 players going for it. Springer is there with a running catch. No runs, a hit, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-2 Texas.
The drive to the playoffs is now our topic as we see the Rangers start the night 3.5 in front of the Astros. Angels 5 back. And so that's as far as you need to go there. In the wild card, though, the Yankees with that 4-game lead. The Astros are currently the second club. Angels just a game and a half back. The Twins 2. Indians 3.5. Still enough baseball to be played that things can get shaken up. Or get shook up. What is it? Get shook up.
Well, you can say that. You can say get shaken up. Well, the Astros would like to shake things up for this Ranger pitching staff right now. Sam Dyson comes in. He's pitcher number 5. In 68 games, he's 5-4 with a 2.90 ERA.
And he's pitched in 4 previous games against the Astros. Hasn't allowed a run. It's find away time, isn't it?
That's what you'd like to think. Maybe something like this Gaddis triple.
Okay, you come into the year. Evan Gaddis has 1 career triple. Now he has 11. Still says he's not going to steal a bag, but he's got 11 triples. 10 on the year.
And a double tonight. He's 2 for 3. Nick Martinez warming up for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Diekman retired to Rasmus on a strikeout, the only batter he faced. Ohlendorf 1 1/3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. In tight for ball 1.
Damn if they got some arms. 98 on that first heater.
Yeah. He was with Miami and he came in a trade in July. One of the deals to bolster their bullpen. Slowly hit. Charged by Andrews. 1 out.
It's a nice play.
Now John Singleton will be the pinch hitter for Marwin Gonzalez.
One of those do or die plays, and These major league shortstops just make that almost routinely.
Singleton is hitting .200. He has 1 homer, 6 runs batted in 45 major league at-bats. He's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter in the big leagues. One of these September call-ups for the Astros. He looks at ball 1. Singleton had an earlier opportunity to join the Astros this season. Was sent back to Fresno, so this is his second stint with the big league club. The other one was from late June through the end of July. Big cut there, 1-1 to Singleton.
Oh, that's a vicious combination. Heat at 98 and then that splitter looking thing.
Yeah. Dyson was drafted in the 4th round by Toronto in 2010. He went to Miami in a deal and then on to Texas in that other trade. 2-1. Singleton played 102 games at AAA Fresno. Hit .254. 22 homers, 83 runs batted in, and an .865 OPS. VR's on deck. To shallow left field, Beltre goes out, and Andrews. They do this tag team thing all the time. 2 outs.
Is this the Globetrotters?
Pretty much. 2 down and it's VR. He delivered a pinch single in the 6th inning, stole a base. Dyson is pitcher number 5 for the Rangers. Gallardo gave up 2 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Now the official scorer will decide if they go on to win this game and maintain the lead, which pitcher gets the victory. Strike on a swing by VR.
Yeah, we've seen this about 3 or 4 times this year. Beltre has a grand old time playing the game. He is something. Saying, yeah, that ball really moved. I thought I had it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Joe Thatcher went an inning and a third, gave up no hits, no runs with no walks and 1 strikeout. He threw 15 pitches, 9 for strikes. 12:05 start tomorrow. 1-2. Astros on deck. 2-2 to VR. Jonathan's from the Dominican Republic. Came up with the Phillies organization. The Astros got him in the Roy Oswalt trade. Along with Jay Happ and Anthony Gose. They then moved Gose to Toronto for Brett Wallace. Now it's a full count.
JV can have those moments where you think, oh, he's got some tools, could become a very valuable guy, and then come the base running blunders.
The Yankees lost to the Blue Jays, won tonight. Chopped past the mound. Andrews, quick release. He throws it away. That went out of play and then came back on the field, didn't it?
It did.
So that'll be an extra base.
It did that. Man, that was a quick gloving and throwing by Andrews, but a little too quick to make it accurate. Watch it what he does at shortstop. This throw was there in time to get the out. I mean, it was almost there. Yeah, that's yanked pretty well.
Yeah,
There went out of play, and then Karam back on the field, so that's an extra base for the runner. And it's ruled a hit and an error. Andrus makes his 21st error of the year.
I'm bought in on this one.
Yeah. Castro's the batter. Castro is a walk and a single. He's 1 for 2. Marisnick is on deck. Strike to Castro. Rally caps on there. Phillies beat Washington tonight 8-2. Nationals really sagging here at the end of the year. Castro looking back. 0-2.
Wow. Seen a number of these tonight.
I've had a lot of movement. Struck him out. To end the 8th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. Moving to the 9th, 6-2 Texas.
Hit of the ball game. It had Scott Kazmir on the mound early on. It was Shin-Soo Choo with a 4th inning 2-run home run to right field, and that extended this. It was already 3-0. It wound up after that 4th inning to be 6-0. The Astros would put a pair on the board, but yeah, that heart of the order just continues, and we talked about it before the game tonight. The Rangers, big guys, have been playing some big game baseball.
Oliver Perez is on the mound. He's pitcher number 6 for A.J. Hinch tonight. Prince Fielder, the batter. In the air to left center. Marisnick cruising back for it. 1 pitch, 1 out for Perez. Straley went an inning and a third, giving up 1 hit, no runs, with no walks, no strikeouts. Now Venable. You see the heart of the order and the damage.
Yeah, they've done it. And they did in that previous 4-game series.
The
Rangers are 44-34 on the road, and they can take over the best road record in the majors if they win. There's a strike. Pirates are 44-35 with their win today on the road at Chicago. So the Rangers would have a slightly better record, 1.5 game better if they won this road game than the Buccos. Sean Tollison's warming up for Texas, their closer. Perez gets a swing from Venable and strikes him out. 2 outs. Perez worked to one batter and retired him Wednesday night. Could have been the winning pitcher because the Astros took the lead after the out that he got on Cole Calhoun in the 7th inning. But the Angels won it late 6-5. Now Moreland. Strike to Moreland is 1 for 4, a double. Perez has a 7.56 ERA in his 15 appearances with the Astros since the trade from Arizona. In for a strike, and it's 0-2. But left-handed hitters are hitting 185 against him. Fouled away, and Moreland remains alive. Perez is 34 years old, from Mexico. Carlos Rodon was the winner for the White Sox, 5-2 over the Yankees tonight. Rodon is now 9-6. He beat CC Sabathia, who's 5-10. Struck him out. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 6-2 Texas. Marisnick, Springer, Correa due up for Houston. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by HEB. No store does more than my HEB. Here in Houston, the Rangers lead it 6-2 over the Astros. They're trying for their 8th consecutive win over the Astros. They'll go with their 6th pitcher of the night. He's their closer, Sean Tollison. Since he took over, it's been pretty much airtight. He's 33 for 35 in saves. This is not a save situation.
Picked up 4 of those saves against the Astros this year in 9 games.
He's perfect against the Astros, 4 for 4 in saves, a 1-0 record.
and that ERA would be impossible to improve upon very much. He did give up 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Hank Conger July 18th here, but still got the save, 7-6. That's the only time he's allowed runs to the Astros this year. Marisnick leads it off, 239, 9 homers, 33 runs batted in, and a very good September, 324 with 3 homers for Jake. He took over when Jose Altuve left with the injury in the leadoff spot in the order. Ball 1 from Tollison. The official scorer has decided that Ross Ohlendorf will get the win if Rangers close out the Astros. It's 2-0. Tollison's converted his last 8 save tries. First 30 save season. They've been a setup man. 3-0. He had 5 straight scoreless appearances, but then that ended in his last outing. 3-1 to Marisnick. Springer and Correa to follow in the Astros' 9th inning. Now. Tollison was born in Dallas and went to Baylor University. The Dodgers drafted him in the 30th round in 2010. He was a waiver claim by Texas after 2013. Still 3-2. Brewers beat the Cardinals 4-3 in St. Louis. Trevor Rosenthal lost it. Francisco Rodriguez got his 36th save. Moreland comes over to foul territory. 1 out. George Springer trying to get something going. Springer's been on base twice tonight. The singles in the 3rd and 4th. Still 5-3 Angels over Seattle, top of the 6th inning in Anaheim. Strike to Springer. With that Blue Jay win over Tampa Bay, 5-3, they gain another game on the Yankees. They're 4 in front. 0-2. Blue Jays have won 88 games and lost 65. They're 51-28 at home. R.A. Dickey squared his record at 11-11 with 7 innings of 2-run baseball. 1-2. Josh Donaldson with 40 home runs. Bautista hit his 37th. Is Donaldson your MVP, Ash?
Yep, he is. They've gotten a lot of help in that lineup, though. You mentioned Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion.
Struck him out. 2 down.
Stay tuned after the game as Kevin Eschenfelder and special guest analyst tonight. That's Doug Brocail. Will break down all the action from tonight's game, plus interviews from the clubhouse and much more on the Astros postgame show, presented by Houston Methodist.
That's 10 strikeouts for the Ranger pitchers tonight. Correa is 0 for 4 with 3 punch-outs. Base hit into left field for Correa. 11 hits for the Astros.
He's had some really passive early parts of at-bats recently, and this time just comes up and gets a good swing early. That fastball up and in and drills it into left. I'd rather see him out there taking some good hacks, especially with men on base.
Jen Lowry's 0 for 3 with a walk. Strike to Lowry. Correa takes off without a play. That's strike 2. Fielder's indifference. To left field, Venable started in. He goes back for the catch to end it. And the Rangers have beaten the Astros 8 times in a row. They're 13-4 against Houston. Their magic number drops to 5. And they go to 84-69. They have a 4.5 game lead on the Astros. No runs a hit and a man left. Final score, Texas wins it 6-2.